Hey everyone, Pastor Croy here. Usually I shoot these videos at my house. I'm not at my house today. I am at the church in my office. But I hope you're all doing well. And last week I showed you my new son, Blake. He's doing very well. Jimena's doing very well. Also, thank you for praying for them. And it's great being a new dad. I have everyone asking me, how does it feel to be a new dad? It's great. It is less sleep. Because he wakes up, I feel, in the middle of the night and he wants to be fed and stuff like that. But I do love it, but I guess getting less sleep is part of the job and everything. But I am enjoying being a new dad. It's fun and it's exciting. I'm looking forward to the days ahead. But I have another song that I'm doing today. This song, I'm going to tell you the story about it first. It was written by a man called Robert Robertson. And 1757. Well, anyway, Robert, growing up, he actually had sort of a troubled life. His father died when he was only 8 years old. He was kind of, like they say, an unruly child. He got into a lot of mischief, a lot of trouble growing up. And his mom didn't know what to do. His mom sent him off to boarding school. He entered an apprenticeship at 14 years old. And by the time he was allowed and old enough to move off on his own, he quit his job and he just quit doing what he should do. And he got into drinking, gambling, and was really just wasting his life away, just doing whatever. And one night he got together with his friends, and what they were going to do is they were going to go to a preaching service and heckle the preacher, make fun of the preacher when they got there. They said, hey, this preacher's preaching in town, we should go to the service and make fun of him, is what they were planning on doing. And they got together and they went to the service, and the person who was preaching was George Whitefield. If you don't know George Whitefield, he was a famous preacher from way back in the day. This man just had the power of God on his life and preached many great sermons. Well, they went there to make fun of him, and as the story goes, Robert really felt the Lord speaking to him during the service. And he was going there to make fun of the guy, and he felt the Lord talking to him. And at the end of the service, he went up forward and received Christ, and he went into full-time Christian service actually at the age of 20. He was 20 years old, and he has surrendered his life to the Lord and wanted to serve the Lord with his life. And he actually wrote this song at the age of 22. The song is "Come Thou Fount." It's a very famous song. Come thou fount of every blessing. And he wrote it kind of like in a story about his life. And "Oh to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be," he wrote. And that's really was his life and all our lives. You know, God's grace saved us. God saved us by his grace. And he said, wow, since God saved me by his grace, I'm always indebted to that. And the only way I can serve that is giving the Lord my life. And we should all have that feeling that, hey, God has saved us. He's empowered us. And we should serve that debt to Christ by serving him with our life. So he wrote this song, Robert Robinson, and it's a great song. I'm just going to sing the first and last verse. But it's interesting when you hear these songs, the story behind the song, you know, and this person wrote it kind of talking about their life that said, hey, I was living in sin, I was doing the wrong things, but God saved me, and here I am, come thou fount of every blessing. I'll just sing the first and the last verse. Come thou fount of every blessing, tune my heart to sing thy grace. Streams of mercy never ceasing, call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming songs above. Praise the mount I'm fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. Oh, to grace, how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be, and let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. Prone to wander take and seal it for thy courts above. And that is Come Thou Fount. Thanks for tuning in again this week. As I said last week, our services are starting up again. We had a great service last week. We had a lot of good songs, and I really felt the Lord come through in the service. So please come out this next Sunday to us, to listen to us. I'm sure it'll be a blessing to you. I have no doubt. And I hope I can see you there. Have a great week.